September 11th, 2001. I remember it well. I was delivering packages for UPS. I was an air driver at the time, and I delivered downtown air packages. It was, I guess, about halfway into my shift. I was delivering packages to the security desk at one of these buildings, and a lady came out and said, "Did you hear about the plane hitting the building in New York?" And I was like, "Really?" And she said, "Yeah, it hit one of the Trade Center buildings." And then I kind of shrugged it off and I got back in my truck. For some reason, I had it in my mind that it was a small plane, like maybe one of the planes that travel around the city to give tours and stuff, like just a small four-seater or something. I don't know why I thought that. Got back in the truck and I drove. Got to my next stop and everybody was talking about it and buzzing about it, and I went back in the back where they had a TV and they were watching it, and I saw the entire city on fire because the first building had collapsed. And I was scared, was my first reaction, because my dad lives there and several of my friends live there, and it was a horrible feeling. And so I asked if I could use their phone, and I got on the phone, tried to call my dad, and of course every line in the city was busy because of chaos. So I messaged back to the center at UPS and told them I have to go home. I have to go try to get a hold of my dad to see what's going on, because no telling, he could have been around the area or my friends could have been there. So I had to get home, and they were pretty sympathetic. They let me off, and I went home, and it took till I think that evening to get a hold of my dad, and finally found out that he was okay and all my friends were okay and everything. But the worst part was that thousands of people weren't okay, and I feel sick just now. I got a sick feeling thinking about it. Really, I don't think we think about it enough. I don't think we remember all the lives that are lost. It was devastating at the time and should still be devastating. I think we try to pass things along and put them out of our minds because they are painful, and we don't want to remember why we hurt, but I think we have to. And I think the way that it changed my life is the way it changed many people's lives. I was afraid, and still am afraid. A sense of me is still afraid, but at the same time I'm not going to give in. I'm still going to live my life, and I'm moving to New York. And if they strike again and I'm one of the ones that loses my life in that, or one of my family members lose their life in that, that's part of the price we pay for showing them that we're going to live our lives, that we're going to be happy, that we're going to be free, and they cannot take that away from us. Because they may have destroyed a huge part of our world and our country on that day, but that doesn't mean that they won. They didn't win at all, in my eyes. That only made us stronger, it made us unite, and we cannot forget that. That's one thing we always have to remember. So anyway, it changed my life. It changed it for the better. Devastatingly so, but for the better. Because it made me realize life is worth living, and every moment is precious. Thanks. I guess that's it.